While the real-life events that happened after the disaster have been carefully portrayed, many are still wondering what actually caused the plane to crash in Society of the Snow. Directed by Bayona, the Spanish-language survival thriller film chronicles the Uruguayan Andes flight disaster of 1972. To tell a true-to-life story, Society of the Snow is based on Pablo Vierci's book of the same name, which, notably, features accounts from all the devastating crash's 16 survivors. The acclaimed feature is also Spain's Oscar contender for the Best International Feature Film at the upcoming Academy Awards. The tragic plane crash may set the stage for the film, but the story Society of the Snow tells runs much deeper than and moves much further from its inciting incident. The real-life plane crash was concluded to be caused by pilot error. On October 13, 1972, chartered Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571 crashed in the Andes Mountains on its way from Montevideo, Uruguay, to Santiago, Chile. Even after watching the film's version of events, some viewers are still wondering what exactly caused the plane to crash in Society of the Snow. Dubbed lead led by pilots, the 4-year-old aircraft was thought to be underpowered. But that's only part of the story. Reportedly, a green co-pilot, Dante Hector Laguerra, was at the helm during the crash. Believing he'd overflown Curico, a geographical marker, the co-pilot misread the plane's instruments and after beginning the descent, struck a mountain ridge. As a result of the collision, the mountain sheared off both of the plane's wings and its tail cone. Afterward, the fuselage slid down a glacier and rammed into a mound of packed snow and ice. At a high altitude and in a particularly remote region of the Andes, many of the passengers who survived the initial impact later froze to death. 2 months later, officials rescued 16 survivors who had weathered exposure, starvation, and other incredibly harrowing trials. While poor weather was a contributing factor, an official investigation concluded that it was the pilot's error that ultimately caused Society of the Snow's plane crash. How Society of the Snow's plane crash scene compares to the survivors' real accounts. In addition to using the impeccably well-researched Society of the Snow book as a foundation, the filmmakers recorded interviews with the real Society of the Snow survivors, creating characters who are authentic. According to Bayona, gaining survivors' trust was key to making a film that captured more than the disaster itself. While Society of the Snow recreates the plane crash events as close to survivors' accounts as possible, it also shifts the narrative to focus on the tenacity of its subjects. Interested in telling a story that holds emotional truth, Society of the Snow provides enough details without getting bogged down in the crash. Now streaming on Netflix, Society of the Snow is captivating viewers the world over with its harrowing recounting of a tragic event. Bayona is no stranger to capturing disasters rooted in reality. One of his most well-known features is The Impossible, which chronicles the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami's impact on a family. Most impressive of all, Society of the Snow doesn't sensationalize the events it depicts, nor does it come across as a cheap spectacle.